My name is Rob. I've just become part of the WLM-BAITS team. Just out here today fishing, as you can see behind me, one of my club waters. Beautiful day, fish are still cruising about on the top. As you can see behind me, there's a bit going on. There's some fishermen over there. They're also cutting the field, so we'll see how we get on. Just nip down here for a few hours to see if we can nick a couple of fish and maybe get some video. Just going to show you some of the bits and pieces that I'm using today, from the baits to the rigs, and just roughly where I'm putting them in. So we'll start off with the bait. It's a new one I've got going out today. This is the WLM-BAITS Super Spice. Previously been using the Nut Crunch. Found that to be very good, but obviously being with the company, you have to give everything a go. So we've got the Super Spice out today. Heard very good things about it. It's a very dark red, very sort of burgundy, plummy type colour of bait, which is one of my favourites. Takes me back to the old days of the old Nash Baits Monster Pursuit. I've still got a little bit of Nut Crunch in that, so if the fish are not turned quite onto one, I've still got another one out, another bait out there that's going to be working for me. Like I say, just recently got the Super Spice. The smell, it's got a very distinctive, super sort of spicy, mystic spicy smell to it, with a little chili edge. I'm sure it's got little bits of chili in it somewhere. So that's the main part of the bait. The rig we're using today, we're using a snowman rig. Just take that off. So we've got a fairly short braided hook link, not too long. That brings us down to a Deception D-crank hook, very sharp, very good hook, size 6 on there. And then on the end of that, I've got a cut down bottom bait, and it's just balanced with one of the superb white Nut Crunch boilies pop-ups on there. So that's basically the rig I'm using today. I'm just putting a little bit of extra attraction on them. I've got still got some of the nut mix, stick mix left over that I'm running down and using, then moving into the spice mix. But I found this is very good. The fish still very like it. Hoping to get a couple of takes out today. If I have to dive off, I've got my rods out behind me. The rods are already out fishing, so if they go off I will have to dive out of the way, but we'll see how we go. So it's got a little bit of blitzed up Nut Crunch boilie in there. PVA, nice and tight, so when it gets down there, nice little cloud of attraction, so that slides down my hook link, pulls in, so it's nice and tight in there. So I've got my hook nice and hidden away so it doesn't snag on anything. It's not going to get dented, it's not going to get blunted or anything like that, or not going to catch any bits and pieces that are on the bottom. And then the bait's coming out the bottom. So that's the hook bait package. And what I'm doing, as I'm using a very soft uncoated braid, I'm just going to put an anti-tangle sleeve on there, so it just slides on the key latch. Pop it on there, get it on there, and then that just slides down over the hook link. So that's going to be try and keep from tangling. And then what we're using is a standard Deception lead link clip, using some tungsten tubing above that. I have been using leaders, but I've just recently moved over to tungsten tubing. I found that it does lie really well on the bottom for me. Slightly longer than this bit here, is just to show you what it looks like. And then down to the lead clip, I've got 3-ounce leads, pendant leads on there, and then on the very bottom, quick change swivel. So just looping that, I've tied a loop in the hook link, so that just hooks over the quick change swivel, and the anti-tangle sleeve pulls up nice and snug, and that just gives it a little bit, just keeps it away from the lead on the cast. I'm only casting, well, I'm underarming, to be honest with you. I'm fishing probably no more than about 10 or 15 yards out on a couple of spots that I've been using for a little while now. So that's how it sits on the bottom. Like I say, Super Spice, can't say enough about that yet. Smells absolutely superb. The Nut Crunch was really doing the business for me. But giving this a try, let's see how we go. Hopefully that will put a couple in the net and we can get some video for you later of the fish actually on the bank. So that's about it for today. So that's me. This is what I do. I come down, fish very short sessions, either very short overnighters after work, or I sneak out in the afternoon. I've got a very understanding wife who lets me sneak out in the afternoons and get a bit of fishing in. Just the last thing to show you is the super white pop-ups that Wayne and Lisa have made for me. Wayne tells me that Lisa painstakingly rolled the little 11 mils. I asked for specifically for an 11 mil that I could balance my snowmen with, and she painstakingly rolled them out for me. So, you know, total thanks to Lisa, and of course Wayne for you know, sorting me out with all these bits and pieces. I'm sure that my fishing, I know the bait side of it, I'm now as confident as I've ever been. You know, my ethos on fishing is that I have to be confident in the bait that I'm using. I'm 100% confident in what I've got on the end there now. So it's just a case of sitting back, enjoying the rest of the sunny afternoon, and see if we can't put one on the bank. If you see me on the bank, come and have a chat. Chances are I'll have my hoodie on. It's got my name on. It's got the bait company on it. Just come up and have a chat. You know, there's always a couple of handfuls of bait that I'm happy to give away. And then, you know, if you're happy with what you're seeing, and you know you're happy with what you're thinking, go on the website www.WLM-BAITS.com. It's quite a new website on there, really good. So it's got the order service on there where you can order your baits, your particles, your glugs, you know, anything that you want from the WLM-BAITS stable you can order on there. There's also some biops of the promo team, myself included, and some of the blogs that we're trying to put on this will probably go on there, and some of the other blogs that we've written for other sessions where we've had, you know, multiple fish from not very easy waters. So like I say, this is not a runs water I'm fishing here today, but if you do see me, come up. The kettle's always on. In fact, it's actually time for me to have a cup of tea now, if I'm honest. I've got my rigs out, I've got my bait out. I'm just going to sit back, chill out, have a cup of tea, and try and enjoy my fishing. And that's what I say to everybody, just get out there and enjoy your fishing. I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers, bye. There we go, first one on the Super Spice. So there we are, beautiful upper double taken on the Super Spice on the rig I showed you earlier. Second one of the day. I lost one and then had two after that. This is the second one of the two. One absolute beauty. That's exactly what they're like in here, absolute minters. On that note, I think it's time to go home. Cheers guys.